volunteering, giving back, and getting involved. Western Refining, fueling our lives, our communities, and the University of New Mexico.
My life is always on, every single day, and the electricity my co-op provides is more essential to it than ever before. It allows me to shop online while I'm watching TV and keeps my mobile phone charged so I can return the 10 missed calls from my mom. I depend on the electricity for my co-op to power my life and keep me connected every single day. Learn more about the power of New Mexico's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives at touchstoneenergy.com.
On the Lobo Sports Network, Lobo Basketball has been brought to you by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. Support provided by the Water Authority, reminding customers that grease and wipes belong in the trash, not the drain. Also brought to you by New Mexico State Parks Boating and Safety. Be safe on the water. Lobos wear life jackets. And by Nucinda Credit Union, the power of we. This is the Lobo Postgame Show. Once again, Robert Portnoy.
Welcome courtside in Wise Price Arena. Lobo Basketball Postgame Show. 105-104. Nevada wins in overtime. Nevada, with 2:48 to go, went on a 23-7 run at the end of regulation, making up a 16-point deficit. Two Hail Mary threes that banked in to finish that run to tie the game at 94 and force overtime. And then the final three with 2.5 seconds to go as Jordan Caroline capped off a career-high 45-point night with his fifth three of the game winner. And the first Nevada lead, the last lead of the game, was their first lead since 18:26 of the first half. Final score, Nevada 105, Lobos 104. The Lobos tonight, 3 Everguard Solar Slam Dunks. That's $30, $10 a dunk to All Face. All Face serves over 2,500 kids and their families every year by teaching them how to prevent abuse and guiding them as they recover from it. Help us give children back their childhood. Learn more by visiting allface.org. And can only imagine that that's the Nevada Wolfpack team celebrating raucously at the top of the pit ramp here in Wise Pies Arena. The sounds echoing through an empty pit as Nevada has done the unthinkable. A game the Lobos led by 25 in the second half with 11 minutes to go. By 16 in the second half with 2:48 to go. Turns into a Nevada win, 105-104. Lobos at the foul line tonight, probably where they lost it. 65% at the foul line. They were 6 of 6 at the line in the first half. They were 20 of 34 at the line in the second half. 20 of 34. All right, timeout. We come back. More on the Lobo Basketball Postgame Show, 105-104. Nevada in OT. Lobo Basketball from their field.
Hear that? That's the sound of one super connected family. Give your family the speed they need with high-speed internet from CenturyLink. Qualifying orders receive free activation and equipment shipping, plus a $25 CenturyLink Visa prepaid card. Visit CenturyLink.com/internet for this offer. Act now. Limited time offer. CenturyLink. Your link to what's next. Service and offer not available everywhere. Available to new residential customers who sign up at CenturyLink.com/internet only. Restrictions apply. See website for details. Card issued by MetaBank, member FDIC.
Albuquerque, where everyone's a Lobo. And for over 27 years, the 5 Larry H. Miller dealerships, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Toyota, and Hyundai, have been howling for the Lobos and serving our local community. Larry H. Miller dealerships give generously to local women and children's charities and are proud sponsors of our Lobos football and basketball programs. Join us in howling for the Lobos and all 5 Larry H. Miller dealerships, driven by you.
There's definitely a lot of excitement in Lobo Country. It's finally basketball season, and Creamland Dairies has the perfect post-recovery drink for you and your family. True Moo Protein Plus. So delicious, it's hard to believe it has 25 grams of protein. True Moo Low-Fat Protein Plus is made with real milk and provides for a real recovery and real performance essential for athletes young and old. So be sure you're part of all the excitement. Be at all the Lobo home games and stop at a retailer near you and get your Creamland True Moo Protein Plus, available in chocolate or vanilla. Go Lobos.
Hear
Here come the Lobos. Get your certified deal now at Malloy Dodge on Coors and choose from hundreds of new and certified vehicles. Right now, get 20% off all remaining 2016 Ram 1500s. Get a 2016 Jeep Compass certified at only $14,995. Malloy Dodge on Coors, where we always say deal and go Lobos.
All offers and rebates must meet certain specific qualifications to receive incentives. More information at MalloyDodge.com/promo-info or see dealer for details.
(105-104). Nevada defeats New Mexico in overtime in Wise Pies Arena. They make up a 16-point deficit in the final 2:48 to force OT and hit the last three with 2.5 seconds remaining. The game winner. They had not led since a minute and a half into the game. 18-26 of the first half. Their previous lead before the game-winning shot. 105-104. All right, time for our State Farm Insurance combination of the game. When you have the right combination, great things happen like this. Williams pulls his third board. They go with a game-high 14 points. Team high 14. Brown off a high ball screen. Whips it inside. Tim will dunk right-handed. AB with a great find. 105-104 your final. The Lobos fall, but that your State Farm combination of the game. Talk to an agent about combining your home and auto into a plan that's right for you. Here to help life go right. State Farm Insurance. Brown to Williams, the State Farm Insurance combination of the game. New Mexico drops the 105-104 decision in overtime. Time for us to pause. Timeout here on the Lobo Basketball postgame show from Wise Pies Arena. Nevada wins 105-104 in OT. Lobo Basketball from Learfield.
It's time for the Keller Williams Agent Spotlight. Need a home? Call Sean Hellman of the Hellman Group at 505-453-3002 or log on to SeanRealEstate.com. Keller Williams agents are proud sponsors of the Lobos.
At New Mexico, it takes hours of practice and dedication for the band to perfect its routine. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans is just as precise, but it only requires a few minutes of your time. Now, Lobo fans like you can get an accurate and custom mortgage solution without missing a beat. Rocket. Push button, get mortgage. Quicken Loans, proud mortgage partner of New Mexico Athletics.
Equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states, MLS ConsumerAccess.org, November 3030.
If you missed this show, you missed this.
When I start rolling into work, you'll know where I've been.
It's a belly buster. Bob Clark, weekday mornings at 5. Now on 94.5 FM and AM 770. News Radio KKOB.
Oh, I sound so good. Oh, did you know that we're also on the FM now? Here's the voice guy to tell you more.
Now on 94.5 FM and AM 770. News Radio KKOB.
Lobos wear life jackets. The New Mexico State Parks Division, in a partnership with UNM Lobo Athletics, would like to remind everyone to wear their life jacket, boat smart on the water, and be aware of weather conditions. Remember, boating under the influence in New Mexico is strictly enforced and prohibited. You drink, you boat, you lose. New Mexico State Parks offers free boating safety classes statewide and online throughout the year. For more information, visit www.nmparks.com or call 1-888-NM-PARKS. Be a Lobo and wear your life jacket.
Whether you're a quarterback in football, a forward in basketball, or a goalie in soccer, when you play any sport, you should always wear a mouthguard to protect your teeth. A healthy smile leads to healthy lives. And with Delta Dental, it's never been easier to cover your mouth. Delta Dental gives you easy access to New Mexico's largest network of dentists. Choose our coverage today because good oral health is essential to a healthy life. Visit our website at deltadentalnm.com.
Geico brings you endorsements from a bench warmer.
I'm the bench warmer. The only thing I start is the showers in the locker room. I've never missed a shot because I've never taken one. My stats, nada to the power of jack squat. And my tearaway pants have never been torn away. But at least I hit it big on my car insurance by switching to Geico. So who's the big man now? Or at least the big man sitting on the bench.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's time for the Keller Williams Agent Spotlight. Need a home? Call Jacqueline Staton at 505-331-6949 or log on to abqhousestohomes.com. Keller Williams agents are proud sponsors of the Lobos.
Lobo basketball postgame show continues from Wise Price Arena. New Mexico Falls 105-104 in overtime. Time for the P&M Reliable Player of the Game. And he is the Lobos freshman point guard, Jalen Harris. Look at Jalen steal the inbound. Jalen's going to go end-to-end against Ramsey. He's fouled and he scores. It's all Harris. And the strongman pose under the bucket for Jalen. Lobos by 24. They would lead by as many as 25, and Jalen Harris, career best 15 points and 9 boards. He added 4 assists. Jalen Harris, the P&M Reliable Player of the Game, here for you in all of New Mexico. Reliable people, reliable partner in our communities, reliable power. Nationally, P&M consistently ranks among the best for keeping the lights on. Jalen Harris, your P&M Reliable Player of the Game. The Lobos fall in OT 105-104. Back after this on the Lobo Basketball postgame show. Lobo Basketball from Learfield.
At Creamland Dairies, they're passionate about the purity and freshness of their milk. That's why they subject Creamland Dairy Pure to rigorous testing in order to meet their 5-point purity promise. It's what keeps their milk so pure, fresh, and delicious from farm to fridge. And why Creamland Dairy's Pure and Creamland's True Moo are names you can trust. Starts pure, stays pure. When you want the best, it's Creamland Dairy Pure. Go Lobos!
If you missed this show, you missed this.
When I start rolling into work, you'll know where I've been.
It's a belly buster. Bob Clark, weekday mornings at 5. Now on 94.5 FM and AM 770. News Radio KKOB.
Oh, I sound so good. Oh, did you know that we're also on the FM now? Here's the voice guy to tell you more.
Now on 94.5 FM and AM 770. News Radio KKOB.
You can change worlds at the University of New Mexico through Changing Worlds 2020, the campaign for UNM. You can help provide grateful students and student athletes with scholarships. You can help support talented and accomplished faculty as they mentor and inspire students. Your gifts can also help UNM's doctors, nurses, and pharmacists provide exceptional patient care, research, and treatment for our community. Every gift can help change worlds at UNM by visiting unmfund.org.
Here come the Lobos. Get your certified deal now at Malloy Dodge on Coors and choose from hundreds of new and certified vehicles. Right now, get 20% off all remaining 2016 Ram 1500s. Get a 2016 Jeep Compass certified at only $14,995. Malloy Dodge on Coors, where we always say deal and go Lobos.
All offers and rebates must meet certain specific qualifications to receive incentives. More information at malloydodge.com/promo-info or see dealer for details.
105-104. Lobos fall in OT to Nevada. New Mexico's second loss in conference. The Lobos are 2-2 in league and 9-7 overall. 105-104 in OT. Wolfpack win. Bank of the West continue their commitment as the Lobo three-point basket sponsor. Following every game, they donate to Special Olympics of New Mexico. For more than 20 years, Bank of the West has contributed, and it's over $100,000 to Special Olympics of New Mexico as part of their proud commitment to Lobo athletics. OT final, Nevada 105, New Mexico 104. Quick peek at some of the final totals. The Lobos for the night shoot it at 49% field. They shoot 35% deep. That's 6 of 17. 26 of 40 at the line. That's 65%. The Lobos missed 9 free throws in the last 2 minutes and 48 seconds when Nevada made up a 16-point deficit to tie the game at 94 and send it into overtime. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, Delta Dental Coach's comments. Lobos dropped the 105-104 decision in OT. Lobo basketball from Learfield.
Off the field, P&M is your reliable player of the game. P&M is here for you in all of New Mexico. Reliable people, reliable partner in our communities, reliable power. Business owners and facility managers, you can get paid for investing in energy-efficient upgrades. Lighting, HVAC, controls, food service equipment, and much more is included. Get rebates for energy-efficient new construction, too. More info at pnm.com/bizrebates. P&M, we're your reliable player of the game. We're here for you. Talk to us.
The open road to excitement is at Route 66 Casino Hotel. Rev it up with the hottest slot selection in the Southwest. Fill up with delicious dining options, including New Mexico's best buffet. Switch gears with the most live entertainment. Then coast into indulgence and stay the night in our classy, comfortable hotel and RV resort. Route 66 Casino Hotel. Ready, set,
Go play.
Here's something worth shouting.
From the hilltops to the rooftops, you're a member of an electric cooperative.
And as a member, that means you have a say.
A voice in how the co-op is run and what's best for the community.
Power to the people.
For the people.
From the people.
Doesn't that sound good?
Learn more about the power of New Mexico's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives
at touchstoneenergy.com.
You ever have this problem? It's game time and you're craving something good and easy. If you're like me, you're probably thinking pizza. But then again, you probably ordered pizza the last 10 times. So what do? Well, I've got 3 words for you. Buffalo Wild Wings. It's simple. Now you can order online and pick up fast at your B-dubs. It's delicious. And they've got everything from shareables to burgers to their famous wings. And it's different. See? Problem solved. Order online at BuffaloWildWings.com. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. At participating restaurants.
Welcome back inside Wise Prize Arena. The Lobos fall 105-104 to Nevada. It's time for the Delta Dental Coach's Comments postgame. Brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. We welcome in Lobo head coach Craig Neal. And Coach Neal, first off, how are the guys doing in there?
Not good. Not good. So that's gut-wrenching. So I don't think I've ever been in one like that. But, you know, they've got to understand, and we have to do a better job of finishing games. When you're up like that and you're up 25 with 11, and, you know, you got to continue to guard. And they did a really good job. You know, it was 80. I mean, we were up pretty good, and then they hit 7 straight threes. And then with 59 seconds to go, we go 1 for 8 from the foul line. And, you know, I don't think our team understands, you know, we got to get the ball to the right people out of bounds. And, you know, we just had some guys miss some foul shots, and we let some guys get some threes. And the last play, you know, we missed a free throw. We go down. We tell them not to give them a 3, and we give them a 3, and they win. So, you know, it's gut-wrenching. It's gut-wrenching for them. The kids played hard. They played great for They played great for 39 minutes, and then it happens. So I don't think I've ever been a part of anyone like that.
So many questions. I'm not sure where to start, but I think I kind of felt like it maybe when you said that 11-minute mark, kind of got away from going to Tim Williams. And guys were kind of taking shots maybe.
Guys were taking shots because we were up.
Yeah.
It was time for them to get their points, and that's not the way you play. And they got there by playing team basketball, and you can't take quick shots in the clock. And just because you're up 25 doesn't mean that you should take shots that aren't in your in your strength. And we did that, and we made some plays when we were ahead that we should not make. And you know, we talked to them at timeout, told them we had to move the ball. We got to get the ball to the right spots. You know, this is the things we need to do. But you know, we played really good offensive basketball for a really long time, and then they started getting on that run, and they made 7 straight, 3 of them banked in, and then we just kind of got really complacent, and then we just couldn't make free throws, and then they don't understand that when you're up 10, you try to get up 15. When you're up 15, you try to get up 20. When you're up 25, you got to go 30. You know, you got to get stops, and it's all about the defense. You know, I don't know exactly because I don't have the play-by-play stat sheet, but I'm sure the second half, you know, you're up 25 with 11 minutes to go. I don't have the game ticker, but we just can't. You can't be up that and just keep not guarding. I mean, we scored enough points. We just didn't shut them down, and we didn't shut them down and we let guys get shots that, you know, we just let guys get shots on that line, and that line's been our problem this year. I mean, you know, and they made some nice shots, but then, you know, you don't know they're going to bank some. And they do, and they bank a shot to tie it, to send it, you know, into overtime. And, you know, it's just one of those things. It's a tough deal.
Marshall's last two, I think, banked in. And
yeah.
You know,
because you go with some things where, you know, you want to, should you foul, should you not foul? There's 13 seconds left. We had plenty of time in regulation to get a good shot, but it's kind of like San Diego State last year. We had 8 seconds, and we got to push it. We got to try to get it to the rim because we were able to drive it and get to the rim, and we don't get it going. And that's one thing I don't. You know, we just got to get better at that. We had 8 seconds back, and we just didn't get a very good shot in regulation.
I thought there was a point in overtime there, too, where you had a lead of 5 and you had a couple possessions to stretch the lead.
Got bad shots, got a charge.
I wanted to ask about the offense.
Yeah, I got a charge, and we just got really complacent. I think they really got a little bit, you know, I don't know if they lost any confidence. I just thought we didn't play with the same vigor offensively that we did to start the game, and we just took some shots that we shouldn't have taken.
Free throws, huge.
Can't miss 14 of them.
Yeah.
We usually, I don't know what we end up percentage-wise.
For the game.
65.
Yeah,
65. We've been shooting like 75.
Yep.
But here's the thing. I mean, you know, this is the toughest loss that I've ever been around just because it was at home and we played well for a while. But the hardest thing is you're up 59 seconds and you go 1 for 8. And that's not counting. You know, it's probably 1 for 10 because 2 of them were front end. So you can't go 1 for 8 with 59 seconds to go on the clock and you're up 11 and win, because then bang, 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 they hit 3 threes and it's a 2-point game, and you got to make free throws. And we just had some guys that didn't make some free throws down the end.
I know it's a gut punch, but let's talk about a couple things that were really, really positive in this game. Jalen Harris had a career game tonight. He was really, really good for most of the night.
Yeah, he played well. He did a nice job, and he played hard. So he was really, really good. You know, and our guys played hard. They did a nice job. We got to get over that hump and learn. But you know, we just didn't shoot the ball very well from 3 again, and that has been Achilles' heel for us. But you know, it's hard to put in words. You know, we only turned the ball over 5 times. The thing that was, we were out rebounding them with like 4 minutes to go, and then now it's, you know, they got 47 rebounds, they got 11 offensive rebounds, and we had 39. So I mean, we were doing a good job on the glass, but then the 2 things that hurt us the most all year: offensive rebounding and 3-point shots, and that's kind of been our story.
Well, Coach Steele, I know it's going to be work getting them back up and getting them ready for the next one. But
yeah, because we got a mash unit with X being out, Jordan's out now. Connor McDougal's in concussion protocol, so he's going to miss 10 days. So, you know, we're going to have to regroup and try to get him ready for Tuesday night.
How close is Jordan getting? Do we know?
I have no idea. He hadn't practiced since he's hurt it. So it's a severe ankle sprain. I just don't know. It's hard because he can't get the swelling out of it.
Okay.
So, all right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you
Appreciate
very much. All right. There are your Delta Dental coaches' comments, brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. You know, almost 400,000 New Mexicans are covered by Delta Dental plans. For more information, log on to deltadentalnm.com. All right, let's take a brief 10-second pause for station identification on the Lobo Radio Network. Time to take a pause on our Lobo basketball post-game show. New Mexico falls in overtime, 105-104 to Nevada. Lobo basketball from Learfield.
Bank of the West knows it's not just the people in the community that give it character, it's also the businesses that call it home. And we make a point of taking the time to get to know them and their business better, so that when we offer them commercial real estate loans, lines of credit, payroll, or cash management services, we know that we can help them reach their goals. Whether you're in the hardware, healthcare, or high-tech business, we'll help you make your mark. It's another reason to go West. Bank of the West.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Loan subject to credit approval.
There's definitely a lot of excitement in Lobo Country. It's finally basketball season, and Creamland Dairies has the perfect post-recovery drink for you and your family. True Moo Protein Plus. So delicious, it's hard to believe it has 25 grams of protein. True Moo Low-Fat Protein Plus is made with real milk and provides for a real recovery and real performance essential for athletes young and old. So be sure you're part of all the excitement. Be at all the Lobo home games and stop at a retailer near you and get your Creamland True Moo Protein Plus, available in chocolate or vanilla. Go Lobos!
What's the first thing you think of when you hear New Mexico Mutual? Local experts in workers' comp coverage, right? Well, did you know that New Mexico Mutual also provides free safety education and resources that can actually help reduce the occurrence of workplace accidents? And when you can prevent accidents, you can keep productivity up and your company costs down. That's why so many New Mexico businesses, big and small, think of New Mexico Mutual first. And with New Mexico Mutual, your premium dollars stay local. Ask your agent today about New Mexico Mutual. Coverage at work.
Start the year off right with the $3.50 6-inch sub of the day at Subway restaurants. Try some of our low-fat, big flavor fresh fit subs, like the sweet onion chicken teriyaki or the oven roasted chicken, each with 6 grams of fat or less. Try them on 9-grain wheat bread. You can get a different 6-inch sub each day for $3.50, only at Subway. Participation may vary. Additional charges for extras and deluxe, plus tax where applicable. May not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards. Subway Fresh Fit is not a diet program. Fat content refers to sandwiches on 9-grain wheat bread prepared to standard recipe. Visit Subway.com for full nutrition information.
Back to close it out on the Lobo Basketball post-game show. Next up on our flagship station, 770 KKOB, the 50,000-watt blowtorch. It'll be the overtime call-in show as J.J. Buck fills in for Scott Stigler tonight. And the final score tonight in overtime, New Mexico falls to Nevada, 105-104. I use the term gut punch with Coach Neal here, and you can tell he's never been around anything like that, and obviously his guys are hurting. How do you try to start the rebuilding process after one like this, Hunter?
No question. This is one of the toughest losses I've actually witnessed in the pit. I mean, we've lost when I played, maybe in the WAC championship tournament against Wyoming, but it wasn't like this. I mean, it was where all the basketball gods have to be going for Nevada tonight, and that, they hit these Hail Mary shots and that they, just did everything right at the end. And I wanted to ask Coach a couple more questions. You could just see it in his face that, it was just tearing them apart. But, you look at game management towards the end when the players were a little loosey-goosey and taking maybe some ill-advised shots. Why not time out, get them regrouped and say, hey, guys, look, let's get back to playing Lobo basketball. Let's get the ball going through Tim Williams. Those type of things, and it's one of those things where I think Coach Neal, once he looks at the tape, he's going to say, yeah, I could have made some changes towards towards the end of the game when the momentum started to shift, But again, he can't make free throws. The players have to make free throws, and that was so critical at the end of the game. Is that if the Lobos made their free throws. Forget about the 3-point pointers, the 7 3-pointers that Nevada heaved up there and made them. I mean, that was just whatever. But you can control making your free throws at home. And that was really the key to this game, I think.
They missed 9 in the last 2:48. And Coach Neal pointed out that it was, did he say 1 of 7 or 1 of 8 in the last minute? 1 of 8. 1 of 8.
And again, not having the stat on how many of those were front ends of one-on-ones.
Right. We know they missed 7, and they missed some opportunities on a couple of those. But, just to see the back-to-back three-pointers at the end from Marshall, bank in from opposite sides of the court, to have both of them bank in. And frankly, one of those, he was bumped on. They could have easily called a foul, and they didn't. Coach Musselman lost his mind. To have them both go in, those are Hail Marys. Yeah. You get 1 Hail Mary in a game. You don't get 2.
You get 2.
And they hit 2.
And you got Caroline playing like outside of his mind.
Right.
I mean, this guy has got 45 points. He's never had 45 points in his whole life. And, I mean, to come in here in the pit, inside, out, and offensive boards, I mean, he had 13 boards. He had 5 offensive boards.
He kept getting his own misses and scoring them. Yeah, he was an animal.
Had no quit in him.
Yep.
So.
Yep, 45 to lead everybody. Lobos got 26 apiece from Brown and Williams, and 15 from Harris, and 11 from Jefferson. 26 for Marshall, including 8 threes and 16 tries. Caroline 45 and 13 as well for Oliver. Okay, Scott Stigler is next up. Overtime Call-In Show on 770 KKOB. Michael Carlisle, on-site engineer, producer and engineer in our studios of Learfield. Marshall Murdoch, partner. You are cherry and silver through and through. I know you're hurting right now. Yeah. Everybody's going to pick it back up. And we're going to get back after it. Yep. And the Lobos season is just 4 games into the conference slate. My partner's Hunter Green. I'm Robert Portnoy. 2 weeks of the conference schedule are in the books. The Lobos will next play against UNLV right here in Wise Pines Arena on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. We'll start that broadcast for you with the Bank of the West pregame show at 6:30. That's it for tonight. The Lobos fall in overtime. 105-104. Nevada wins. So long, everybody. You're listening to Lobo Basketball from Learfield.
On the Lobo Sports Network, Lobo Basketball has been brought to you by Delta Dental, where we do dental better. Everguard Solar and Everguard Roofing. Also brought to you by Route 66 Casino Hotel. Quality service and value. Go play. And by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Push button, get mortgage. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Lobo Sports Network. On the Lobo Sports Network, you've been listening to New Mexico Lobos basketball. Now, this is the CenturyLink Overtime Call-In Show, brought to you by PNM. Talk to us at pnm.com. Larry H. Miller Dealerships, driven by you. Western Refining and Giant Gas and Convenience Stores, proud to support the University of New Mexico's educational and athletic programs. And by Santa Ana Star Casino, New Mexico's best bet. This is the CenturyLink Overtime Call-In Show.
And Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline will be on indefinite suspension here in the state of New Mexico after Jordan Caroline of Nevada, 45 points, including the game winner in overtime as Nevada defeats the Lobos 105-104. You are listening to the CenturyLink post-game call-in show live from the Bud Light Sports Desk. JJ Buck in for Scott Stigler tonight. The phone number, 1-866-350-4309, 1-866-350-4309. The Lobos, for about 37 minutes, looked like a team that could win the Mountain West Conference. And then for the final 2:48, Nevada goes on a 23-7 run, about destroys the Lobos season. You thought there was a little bit of hope in that overtime period, and then once again, the free throws did them in, not only late in the second half, but also in overtime. And just overall, when you look at the final numbers, it was a definite gut punch. I think a shock and awe attack late there by Nevada, and still so many people trying to figure out what in the world just happened. And we'll get it going right now to the phones. And we have Chris in Albuquerque. Chris, you're on the CenturyLink postgame show.
JJ, I'm surprised to hear you. Are you filling in for Scott? Is it past his bedtime?
He is on vacation.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I just don't know where to begin. I mean, I was thinking I was going to call in tonight and say, hey, it was a good win against a good team. But, man, what happened? I mean, threes started raining from all over the place from Nevada, but if this isn't the nail in the coffin for Coach Neal's career here, I don't know what is, because you just cannot give up a 25-point lead with 11 minutes remaining. There's no excuse for that. Yeah, we missed some free throws, but, I was telling some other fans, I'm sorry. Coach Alford, when he was here, he would never have allowed this. Absolutely never. You would not tell your guys to let up on defense at all. I mean, I'm sure he didn't say that, but there was no urgency towards the end. It was like you could see that number 24 from Nevada, the guy got teed up towards the end. They're down 11 points with a few minutes left. he's in that huddle with the Nevada guys telling them, look, guys, we got this, with some few choice words in there. But, you cannot have this happen, especially at the pit. I've been going to games for years, and I haven't missed a game in 10, 11 years. I've never seen anything like this. And, and I admit I went over to Paul Krebs at the end of the game, and I told him a few choice things that, I can't really maybe repeat on the air, that I think he and Neil need to hightail it, because I know Lobo fans, we expect a lot around here. I don't know if we expect a top 25 program every single year, but this is just getting ridiculous. I can't stand for this anymore. I'll continue to support them, but we need a change, especially after that San Diego State fiasco last year at the pit. I thought he was done, but he came back for another year. I'm sorry. I mean, it just hurts, and part of me is just speechless, but the better team won that, and it just kills me to say that. One team wanted that win more than the other, and you just miss free throws down the stretch. You don't foul them. I mean, you think, well, Nevada's hitting all these threes. Why not try to foul them instead and make them make free throws? I just don't know where to begin. So I'd like to hear what other callers say, but I'm done with this coach.
There's going to be. I appreciate the call, Chris. There's going to be a lot of frustration, just a lot of people trying to figure out what just happened. We'll dive into that throughout the post-game call-in show here tonight. And really, for 37 minutes, this was a Lobo basketball team that was clicking on all cylinders. There was 8 players that were on the plus side across the board. Obacha Jet at times struggled in this contest when he was out there having to guard Jordan Caroline for a time being, but the Lobos went smaller, and then just over the final 2:48, I'm still trying to figure out what in the world we just saw. And you look at that final stretch, yes, Nevada hit some crazy shots, but the Lobos, they had their moments at the free throw line. You hit a couple of those free throws. Sam Logwood missing those 2 free throws when it was a 94-91 game. As bad as it got, they had them out, and it was just Jordan Caroline's night. We'll get back to the phones. Dennis, you're on the Overtime Call-In Show. There are moments to close this one out.
Hey, JJ. I was expecting to talk to Scott, and wonderful to have you there. He's so very lucky to be away tonight. Yeah. As you can tell, I can't speak very well at the moment because I was one of the fans that stayed till the bitter end doing my best to help things along in a good way. But what I wanted to say to you when I heard your voice on the phone was good luck. You're gonna earn an associate's degree at least in psychology tonight. Cheers, dude.
All right, Dennis, thanks for the phone call. You can make your call 1-866-350-4309 as we try to figure out what in the world happened at the pit tonight. The Lobos go from looking like Mountain West title contenders to once again wondering what will their season have in store. And the UNM Women's Service Team of experts at UNM Hospitals provide New Mexico with high-quality, compassionate healthcare 24/7 in a patient and family-friendly focused environment. UNM Hospitals is the official healthcare provider of the Lobos. When we come back on the other side, we'll dive into that final minute of the second half and what happened in overtime as the Lobos lose 105-104. And you're listening to the CenturyLink post-game call-in show live from the Bud Light Sports Desk.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
Hi, Jan. I was thinking of buying a Toyota, and I heard about something called Toyota Care.
Yep, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. It includes 2 years or 25,000 miles of scheduled maintenance with oil changes, tire rotations, and more.
No way.
Yes way. At no additional cost when you buy your new Toyota.
Get out!
I will not. And it includes 24-hour roadside assistance.
So Toyota Care includes 2 years or 25,000 miles of scheduled maintenance plus 24-hour roadside assistance at no additional cost?
That's right. Just come in every 6 months or 5,000 miles.
Shut up. Wait, hello?
Thought you needed a second.
Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. 24-hour roadside assistance is included for 2 years and unlimited miles. See Toyota dealer for details and exclusions, valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska.
Visit Toyota of Santa Fe or Larry H. Miller Toyota Albuquerque or Larry H. Miller American Toyota. Or for more information, visit Toyota.com. Toyota.
Hear that? That's the sound of one super connected family. Give your family the speed they need with high-speed internet from CenturyLink. Qualifying orders receive free activation and equipment shipping, plus a $25 CenturyLink Visa prepaid card. Visit CenturyLink.com/internet for this offer. Act now. Limited time offer. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Service and offer not available everywhere. Available to new residential customers who sign up at CenturyLink.com/internet only. Restrictions apply. See website for details. Card issued by MetaBank, member FDIC.
Looking for that perfect venue for your special event? Let our event planning and scheduling team at the University of New Mexico Student Union do all the heavy lifting for you. The Student Union features a beautiful grand ballroom, 20 meeting rooms from different sizes. Room capacities range from 20 to 700 with a full-service audio department, professional catering service, and more. Event planning can also help you with social occasions such as weddings, graduations, anniversary parties, and more. Want a hassle-free spectacular event? Visit us at events.unm.edu or step into your UNN Student Union building and let us do all the planning for you.
Every day, we help fuel the lives of thousands of people, just like you, with fuel that gets you to where you need to be and fuel that supports good things in our communities and helps make them better places to live. Who are we? We're Western Refining and Giant Convenience Stores. We believe we have a responsibility to provide our customers with quality products and services, to give back and to help others. Western Refining and Giant, fueling